This weekend, we may experience potent energy. Energy that feels like a whirlwind. Okay, the sudden gust enters and sweeps away the familiar, replacing it with uncertainty. This moment of intensity challenges us to see ourselves and our relationships through an entirely different lens. The energy is potent and it may ignite absolutely into an unexpected shift in love or money, how we connect with others. It'll leave us questioning, what do I really want? What do I really need? What am I holding on to out of habit rather than a genuine desire? So these questions and questions like them will begin to rise to the surface. It'll demand attention. For now, we stand at the crossroads of change and stability. So join me as we embark on a journey of self-discovery. We will gain an understanding of how to embrace this energy. And by the end of our time together, you'll discover the key insights, the tools you need to go forward with a confidence, with a clarity, with love. So hi, I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all the positive, loving support you send me each and every day. Welcome to your weekend focus, December the 28th and the 29th, 2024. Year's almost over. Wow, wasn't that quick? Okay, on Saturday, we have the energy of the 28. Now, the 28 can go both ways, okay? It can be either really work to our benefit or it can completely, send us to ruins, okay? I think, it's either take the path of primroses or the path to the city dump kind of thing. We could grow our wealth very easily under a 28th energy if we have thought it through, if we have weighed the pros and cons, if we have understood the true risk, or perhaps how it aligns this spending, this investment with our path forward. Or we can just bet on a horse. Okay? Chances are you're not going to win if you bet on the horse, okay? Just it's relationship, it's what we put into it will make the difference of what we take away from it. So the 28 energy out of this is really a true free will kind of energy. The potential is all laying there and wait for you. Whether or not you want to utilize that energy, embrace that energy, or not is completely up to you. Which leads you to our tomorrows, right? So we have to be focused and we have to give attention and energy to the things that we desire most in our life during a 28 energy. And we have to put action behind our thoughts. It can't just be thoughts. It has to have some kind of doable step involved here. 2 plus 8 is a 10, telling us that it is a time to write the new chapters of our life. The seasons are changing. It brings in a bit of luck. 1 plus 0 is a 1 energy, and that is the I am. That is the pioneer. That is the trailblazer within us, wanting to go forward, wanting to break through those obstacles, wanting to go towards success and expand at every step, and knowing that we as an individual can claim this as our own. If we look at the daily numerology for Saturday, it would be a 3 plus a 1 plus an 8, which gives us a 12 energy, asking us to be present in the moment, understand and look at where you have control in your life, where you need control in your life, where you are striving for it, but it's not for you to control. Look at where you are spinning your wheels, wasting your energy. Is it something that aligns with your path forward? Okay, if not, then delegate it out. Let it be somebody else's responsibility so that you can focus your energies more towards your dreams and passions. And definitely have control of the things that matter most, although control is just an illusion. Or maybe perhaps where we need to surrender. We know we need to change a habit or behavior. It's for our own well-being. It serves us in no way. It doesn't benefit us. It has no value. And yet we continue to keep it into our lives. This is a time to dispel that. This is a time to let it go and set new ways, the new habits, new behaviors, and adopting them into being. Being in the present moment, not too far in the past, not too far in the future. Look at the things that are happening in your life under a 12 energy. Detach yourself from the emotional part of it and see it play out. How does it play out in your mind? How will it play out in the stage of life? 1 plus 2 is a 3 energy, and that is transformation. That is our voice. That is our thoughts. That is our curiosity leading the way to new beginnings, new horizons, new opportunities and adventures and learning experiences and relationships. On Sunday, we have a 29 energy. The 29 energy is very much like the 11 energy. We may have to, under a 29 energy, be able to make some snap decisions for an amount of time while keeping our calm, keeping our cool, thinking it through, and yet not taking too long, not just staying in the thinking stage, but thinking in order to have an action to put forward, to move ourselves forward in some way. Okay, 2 plus 9 is the 11. So the 11 energy is the teacher. It is about releasing what no longer has value in your life, no longer moves you in alignment with your path and what you want to accomplish, of what you want to make tangible, of what you want to manifest in your life. The 11 energy is making a commitment to yourself, setting a goal, a dream, a desire, a passion, an emotion. Giving it the focus, the attention it needs in order to thrive, in order for it to grow, in order for it to mature. Very much that 28 energy. Where we are giving it our attention and our focus. So combining these energies as one. To be consistent in our efforts. And to bring them into fruition, into successes, into abundance, prosperity, and love. The daily numerology would then be a 3 plus an 11 plus an 8, which gives us a 22 energy. Things can happen so quickly under a 2 energy, it'll make your head spin. It is all about ending up in a brand new place for a brand new beginning. So embrace it, even if it seems daunting, even if it feels like, wow, that is so out of my comfort zone. Embrace it under a 22 energy. Things come together to align you exactly where you need to be. To really push you forward, to bring in those successes, to bring in that joy, that happiness, that celebration on a daily, consistent basis in your life. So once again, it is about where our focus is, where our attention is. Under 22 energy, we invite it in. We invite that path in. And if we are so worried about the bills, wow, I spent so much on presents for everybody this year, I don't have enough money for the bills now. I kind of cut into it a little bit or something maybe. And this is where under a 22 energy, we are being asked to kind of remain in that position as the month of January progresses. So we don't want our focus to be on negative energies. We want to be in the present moment, the now, the here and now. So give your dreams, your passions, your desires, the attention, the focus they deserve, okay? Today of all days, or this weekend of all weekends, I should say. The sun is in Capricorn. Our moon is in Sagittarius. Venus squares Uranus. We're getting a lot of these squares. It's hard energies. Remember that we learn, we grow through the harder energy. When the energy is wonderful and beautiful, we kind of get lost in it and we relax and we let go and we don't do the work. So when we get our backs to the wall, we do the work. So Venus will square Uranus, which may lead us to ask, where in our life are we craving more freedom? Okay, this energy challenges us to find balance between our need for stability and our desire for feeling a sense of freedom, liberation. Okay, we're being asked to break free from routine, to let go of the outdated in our life, what no longer serves us. Now, this is the energy of unpredictability. Uranus is involved. We can only expect the unexpected. Things come at us out of seemingly nowhere, and it's in a square, so it may be a challenge, it may be an obstacle, it may be a limitation standing in front of us, okay? So where it's always been a hindrance, but we never shone a light on it before, we may feel this irresistible urge to break free from what we feel is constraining us right now, to demand something more profound, exciting, authentic. You know, especially from our current connections of who we socialize with, who we are best friends with, our spouse, our children, our parents. I think it was Ralph Waldo Emerson, I think, said to be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. We're always being pulled and pushed, and yet we want to feel like we are in control of it. We are creating the joy and the happiness. We are taking the steps. Right? But we need to fit in at the same time. We need to embrace our unique self first and foremost. And for some, well, it can mean that we have a sudden realization about what's no longer working. And we take some very bold steps towards something new. For others, it could be about finding ways to reinvent or reignite the spark. You know, in existing bonds, in current projects, in events within your life, environments. Okay, and these kinds of emotional shifts, you know, they kind of catch us off guard. But they do offer us this chance to embrace freedom and individuality. If we look at our money, if we look at our careers, the unexpected, okay? It could disrupt plans. It could be introducing thrilling opportunities. Or perhaps it's a sudden expense that challenges our financial comfort zone. Or we could have that out of the blue idea, that aha moment, that epiphany that inspires us to pivot our career path. So sure, it's going to feel a little unsettling. Okay, it's going to ask us to remain flexible and open to the possibilities we may not have even considered before. You know, sometimes the unexpected shakes us because it needs to. It's about making space for something new, something exciting, and deeply aligned with who you are becoming. And it's realizing that individuality doesn't require abandoning any kind of shared values with another. And conformity doesn't mean we lose our personal voice. Okay, it's more about understanding our, being self-aware. Clarity about our priorities and a willingness to engage authentically. Especially, have deep conversations about our needs, our boundaries. This energy isn't here to harm us. It's here to awaken us, to push us to assess where we may have become too complacent, or maybe we've become overly dependent on something. Okay, so it's a call to align with our values, to embrace our uniqueness. And yeah, things might shake up for a little while. Yes, the unknown can feel scary. Absolutely. But it is here to liberate us, to help us grow into a more authentic and empowered version of ourselves. So this energy supports a journey towards our self-expression. It doesn't isolate us from others. It strengthens the connections we have by making them more honest, more genuine, more real. It encourages stepping into spaces where our uniqueness, our authenticity can coexist with shared goals and values. And it creates a life that feels authentic and connected on every level. Okay, we'll go to the cards. They're starting to fall down here, so we better go to the cards. I got that right. Oh, what an lucky card that was. Not even going to bring it in, but it would be the energy for it to come out. Okay, underlying energy is the Judgment card. These cards don't want to stay in my hand. The Judgment card is the death of one way of living, a part of our life, and the rebirth of new experiences, an awakening to new possibilities. And so this will be first and foremost on our minds, perhaps, or we are actually doing the actions to close some doors, to put some completions on something, maybe allow in healing, while we are preparing to open that door to a new beginning, a passion, a dream, a desire of ours, that promise that we're making to ourselves. That believing in ourselves, our courage, our strength, our wisdom will be guiding us forward in the way that we need to go, and to allow ourselves to be led by the curiosity. Wow, strong energy. Okay, Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune, the seasons are changing. The new chapters need to be written. What if I gave you a blank piece of paper? Time and money, doesn't matter. What would the dream be? Grow it big, grow it strong. And then start to weave in something about that dream, that desire in your everyday experience. You want a job as a CEO, start dressing like a CEO. Start playing the part. Start learning different aspects, or educating yourself, or being mentored by somebody. Taking a workshop, adding that value to what you bring to the table. See those little tiny steps that you can take towards a brand new best day ever, best life ever. I mean, that is the goal, right? To feel that balance, to feel that security, to know that it's there. And we do have a new moon coming, so it's all about our intentions and writing those intentions. Thinking about what we want to bring in to our world. Came out anyways, guys. Told you it would. Look at that. 3 of Swords. Remember I said, oh, that's a lucky one. We'll go by that one. And I said, it'll probably show up anyways. Here it is. The 3 of Swords is here. telling us to allow to heal. I think it's forgiveness to ourselves. Where we have allowed something in our lives that we should have spoken up about, but we didn't. We, tried to just keep the peace or keep the harmony. We didn't think it was that big of a deal, but it has turned out to be a big deal. It has festered, it has grown, and now we have to deal with it. And that's just honoring who you are. Maybe a lot of people are fine with it, but you're not. And that's okay that you're not. Because that person truly cares for you in their life. They will understand. They will, in some way, at least talk it through so that you understand them better or they understand you better. It's about being open. It's about being authentic. It's about being real. And not fearing that you're going to get pushed away or criticized. If people push you away and criticize, then maybe they shouldn't have been a part of your life in the first place. They need to support you. They need to have compassion for you, empathy for you, just as you need to have that for them. So this is really about healing. Maybe we've been being too critical with certain people in our life or certain environments, or maybe we've been too critical with ourselves. Maybe we're being too rigid with what we want to allow and what we don't want to allow. And we're not allowing for any free space in there in the middle. So this is allowing the healing energy in, allowing yourself to forgive you. Okay, it wasn't your fault anyways. Okay, you were always acting in your best interest. We won't go down that road today. We'll keep it to this weekend's energy. But know that sometimes we have to give ourselves permission to let go, to forgive ourselves, to move past the injustice and take the lesson with us, the knowledge that we gain with us, so that we have become stronger. Our final card is the Chariot. So wow, the Wheel of Fortune, we have the healing card and Chariot. Okay, so this is where I think healing and allowing healing in, to forgive yourself for where you've allowed other people to maybe implant a limitation in your path. We want to pull it back. We want to think it through. We want the fog to lift. We want the sun to come out and brighten our way. We want to see which path we need to choose. So once again, at the very beginning of this, I was talking about we stand in the crossroads. I think I opened with that. So here we are with our final card saying, well, we'll go to the Oracle cards next. We're not done. We're going to get more more evidence that this is the energy that we're dealing with. So we want to go cautiously. We want to think things through. We want to wait for that fog to lift. We want the clarity. And then, yes, we will go forward. Most decks, if not all, have no reins attached between you and those horses, okay? So those horses almost go by your thoughts and your feelings and your sense of confidence and strength, okay? And if you don't have confidence going down that path, if you don't wait for that clarity and understanding, then that horse will understand where you are trying to tell it to go. It could dart off. It could go anywhere. But it's not going to follow you because your thoughts aren't in a place of confidence, of strength. So start telling yourself just how great you are, please. It's important to do that. Look yourself in the eye. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, I love you. Use your name. I love you, Tilly. You're great. You're fabulous. You're wonderful. Look at you. You can do this and you can do that. You shine. Your light is surrounding you. It leads the way to opportunities, new adventure. You just go on and on. Tell yourself a story of just the adventure that you're going to go on together. Okay. When we're looking in our eyes, we're talking to our soul. We're getting excited. We're connecting with ourselves. Our heart energy. Our intuitive energy. Our sixth sense for what lays ahead. And sometimes you can't explain that. I think in any major story where, somebody has surmounted all odds and did something incredible, they didn't even see it coming. They hoped. They thought it was, an insanity to think it was possible, but yet they were doing the actions to make it possible. So it starts with the belief in yourself. You've got this. That whatever comes your way, you're going to be able to handle it. That you are going to pull it back. You're going to think it through. That you're going to use your sage wisdom to make decisive decisions. Bringing in the clarity. Bringing in the clarity. Allowing the magic to flow. And we have bountiful harvest. The 28 energy is here. Well, how about that? So we've already talked about the 28. We have bountiful harvest. You have access to the infinite source of love and resources provided by Mother Earth and the universe. There are no demands, requirements, or conditions that affect your ability to access this supply. This is a wonderful reminder that the absolute truth pertaining to the abundance that is available to you. Grant your abundance the opportunity to flow into your life. Grant your abundance the opportunity to flow into your life. I was saying earlier, sometimes we have to give ourselves permission, right? So give yourself permission to accept the bountiful harvest. Grant your abundance the opportunity to flow in your life. It will reshape your perspective. It will strengthen and nourish you. This phase holds a plenitude of affluence and fertility. Affluence and fertility. You are lucky. You are blessed. We'll get an animal card here before we go. So this weekend, I don't think it's action-packed. I think we serve ourselves a little bit better by pulling it back a little bit, resting, rejuvenating ourselves. To come to some conclusions of how you want to go forward. And the bear shows up again, awakening. The bear's been busy over the last month or so. A little bit more than a month, maybe 6 weeks. And he is here too. Well, the keywords are uncertainty, openness, awakening, negativity, and hibernation. When we fall asleep, we withdraw our awareness from its hypnotic fascination with the physical sensation, thereby enabling us to listen with our now awakened sixth sense. Bear reminds you that you have been hibernating and hiding from your passions and your own true self for far too long. Now is the time to open your mind, heart, and soul and see with all your senses, but most importantly with your sixth sense. Spend some time each morning journaling and listening to your heart. Release the fears and only hear the love and what you want out of that love. Fears prevent you from crawling out of the cave, and they cause you to be grumpy and negative. Bear says it's your time of awakening. Maybe you've always wanted to write a book, pick up an instrument, learn how to knit. Maybe you've been afraid to sign up for that class because you've been caught within the web of fear for so long that you forgot how good it felt to stretch and feel the love that is around you and the love that you create from within. So no matter what speaks to your soul, release the fear and allow Bear to stand beside you, to assist you with your awakening. Don't allow your limited view to bring about the fear, because you are on the verge of something great. And seriously, this is a time, I mean, I've been looking at the astrology of 2025, and it is just like it's just hold your breath kind of energy. I'm telling you, fasten your seatbelts for the ride that we are about to go on. But we won't go there right now. We'll finish about Bear talking to us. Bear may be telling you you need a good sound sleep, one that is undisturbed and restful. And once you awaken from that sleep, you will feel refreshed and ready to take on the world. Bears are resourceful before, during, and after their hibernation, and Bear wants to teach you to be resourceful with your life. Are you purchasing too much food at the store that is going unused, or could it be that your closet is filled with clothes that you haven't worn in years? Bear says it's time to simplify. So Bear says it's time to simplify. Over the last several weeks, it has been, or a little bit longer than that, the energy has been screaming to us to be more authentic and to understand what that means for us. Sometimes we really, we just go by how we're acting on what it is really is the true basis of our belief and our understanding and our values, and getting to know ourselves on a personal level. Only then, well, first of all, you appreciate yourself so much more and you start to fall in love with you. Okay, as long as the North Node is in Aries, I am going to be talking about this over and over again, because it is about the self. It is about growing that, and then the energy will change. So right now we have this moment in time to work on self-care, on pampering ourselves, about bringing in happiness and joy, as well as taking time to reflect on our past and what we've learned from those experiences, how we have gained wisdom, how we have become the person we are today because of those past actions, those past events, regardless of how we feel about the outcome. It has taught us something, and is allowing us to move forward into a point of a brand new beginning, a brand new start in an area of our life that is, it's begging you for your attention. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.